Hello YouTube, this is Dexter here with a brand new deck profile. Today I'll be bringing you Evols. This isn't the most competitive deck ever, but it's a very cool deck to play and has some very powerful tricks in its sleeve. It has some of the most powerful Exceeds in the game, which were well known from the Dino Rabbit era. So way back then, these guys were pretty strong, considered the strongest cards in the game, and completely changed the format. So I'll talk about these three first, mainly these guys in particular, but also Solda, because these are the reasons you play the deck. Without these, the deck is a pretty subpar deck. Lagia is a solemn judgment on legs. You detach two of its materials, which are all of them, and it negates pretty much anything except monster effects. Very good card, and on it, legs of 2400, it's not anything to laugh at. Dalka, who's his brother, is also a very powerful card. It can use its effect twice though, and instead of negating summons or spells or traps, it negates monster effects. In this format, I reckon Evolzer Dalka is actually probably the better card of the two, but neither of them are anything you want to see on the other side of the field when you're playing. You got Solda too, which is only makeable in this deck, simply because it requires 2 level 6 dinosaur monsters. You don't actually run those. However, with a card that's archetype specific called Evil Singularity, you can make this card so much easier. This guy is pretty much Solemn Warning on legs that also cannot be destroyed by card effects. So, and on 2600 attack, this guy is nothing to laugh at either. So these cards are really strong. And when I say really strong, I really mean that. These cards are powerful. They're the only reason you're going to run a deck like this, and by God, do they make it work. So without further ado, I'll actually get into the main deck and go through my card choices. Now, I have one change in this deck, and I'll explain that as I go. So, let's go. Double Westlow, or Triple Westlow, sorry. This guy is your workhorse. He's similar to Geargy Armor, that when he's flipped face up, you get to special summon a monster from your deck. That's where he changes. Instead of searching and adding it to hand, he actually special summons it. Although he is level 3, which you'll take note of, which means that he isn't a 1-card Exceed, so he's a little different in that aspect. But he's still a very good card, and he's probably the best card of the deck. Aside from the Exceeds, this guy's your workhorse. He's going to set up your plays and make you get the right cards in hand that you can make them. Evoltal Najasho, I run 3 of this. Serrato is actually a Najasho. I am waiting for my 3rd Najasho. And Najasho, when combined with Evo Force, goes instantly into a rank 4 Exceed monster. Lagasusho, similar to Najasho, however his effect is slightly different, although when with the Evo Force also an instant rank 4 Exceed monster. Instead of this though, he sends a monster from your deck to your graveyard, which, as I'll show you later, can then be used by Evil Force by tributing this monster to special summon an Evil Sword to bring out Volcano. Volcano then special summons the monster he sent to the grave, thereby making an Evolzer Exceed. Which brings me to Volcano. Volcano is an excellent card too. When summoned by the effect of an Evoltile monster, special summoned, he gets to special summon an Evolzer from your grave, which is usually Diplo or Serrato, which will be sent via Lagasusho or maybe just battle destruction. So you run the double Diplo. He destroys spells and traps when he's special summoned. Very, very good card. I don't think running 3 is necessary. He's a bit too cloggy. Serrato is a battle searcher who's 1900 attack. He's probably the most useful card out of the Evolzars, or sorry, Evolsaurs to draw. The Evoltiles you want to draw, but you want to keep the Diplos and the Volcanos in the deck. However, you want to do draw Serrato. Not necessarily, but he is better to draw. I run the 2 of those. I actually have the 3rd while I'm waiting for that 3rd Najasho, so the deck is playable. Then we got your big boss monsters. So this is your engine core. This is what's going to make your monster your rank 4s. But these guys kind of provide a bit of assistance in other ways. These are Blaster and Pyrorex. So these are 2 big bad guys. An awful lot of you know Blaster. He's a dragon ruler. You just run this guy because he's in a bit of extra muscle to add on to your deck in a tight spot where you're kind of losing. You want to just summon this guy, get a 2800 attack monster out. It's nothing to laugh at. Pyrex, you may not know, he's not played very much in decks. When you have 5 monsters in your grave, or fire monsters rather, you can special summon them from your hand, but it has to be exactly 5. He then destroys an opponent's monster and inflicts damage to both players equal to half its original attack. The burn isn't the best part about it, but it's good on top, I guess. Next you run Evol Force. You run 3 of these because this guy combined with an Evoltile, specifically Yugioh and Lagasusho, is an instant rank 4, which is really good. So triple Evol Force. Next you got Evil Diversity. Evil Diversity adds an Evoltile to your hand, so if you have an Evol Force in hand and then you have a Diversity, you can actually guarantee that play will go through. Double enemy controller, because it also works with the Evoltile Yugioh. However, instead of using 2 of your own monsters, use 1 of your opponent's monsters as part of the bargain. Double Lance or Triple Lance and Double Chalice. These are your spell trap protection and effect negation that you run. I'm happy with these ratios, and I'm happy with the work they put in. I don't run MST in this deck, nor do I run Breakthrough Skills, so I did prefer the Chalice and the Lances. Because rather than blind MSTing, you really want your plays to go through. So instead of blind MSTing 2 back row, maybe hitting something that wasn't as good as you needed, instead you can get a Lance and protect exactly what you need to protect. We run 3 Pot of Duality, mainly because at the start we're looking for a Westlow to open with. Also, normal summoning Serato isn't bad, so triple pot. Also, you kind of want to play this game fast and slow. In Evols, you'll find that you're not playing a control deck, but you're not playing a combo deck either. For example, you're a monster. You want to focus on getting those Evolzers out, because that's what wins you the game. So you want to be kind of fast at the start, get your monsters out, and then you kind of want to slow down your pace and kind of control the game using those Evols with a bit of back row protection. And you really can't have the best of the both worlds, which is why Pot of Duality is good. You get the card you need exactly for the situation. You cannot special summon the turn and use it, which is not that good, I guess. But you can always pick it up for next turn. Like, you can pick up a Yugioh and use it next turn. You got run the 1 book, 1 Dark Hole. These guys are just generally good. I don't run that many traps, but yeah, they're just good cards. 3 Singularity, the MVP of the deck. This is the 1 card rank 4 or 6 Evolsaur monster you can make. So pretty much you target 1 Evoltile and 1 Evolsaur in your grave, and then you special summon them both, and then instantly make a rank or any exceed material or exceed monster from your deck, from your extra deck. And then you got your double trap stun just for when you're going for gameplays, or if they're using a trap in response to your Yugioh play or your whatever. You can just stop that dead in its tracks. It means that your play will go through and you can do whatever you want for the rest of the turn. You got these 3 guys for the last 3 guys of the deck. I cut Solemn Warning simply because I'm playing Pyrex, and I'm thinking about adding in Soul Charge to replace a couple of those dualities possibly, or maybe the trap stuns. So I did not want to play Solemn Warning. I didn't think it was also necessary, since you have these guys which are almost Solemn Warnings on legs. So yeah, that's the main deck. My extra deck is pretty standard. You run 3 of each of these, 2 of this guy, and just like Castell, and I'll show you now. King of the Feral Imps, because he searches the reptiles. You got your Castell, Corn, Lion Emperor, Alucard, Rhapsody. All you need. The extra deck is actually really cheap because of all the rank 4 options you actually have with this deck, because you can use either of these, which are simply flat out nearly all of the time better than anything else that rank 4s have. Like, sure, you could make a Mace Stroke, but in this deck you're always going to prefer this card because it's just better. Like, these 2 rank 4s, which are pretty much archetype specific dinosaurs, they're just too good, you know. that's the only reason you play this deck, because you've access to these rank 4s. Don't get me wrong, Salda is good too, but Salda can only be brought out via Singularity, which is a card you run 3 of in the deck. Whereas these guys can be brought out just through normal means by any of the 2 rank 4 dinosaurs you play in this deck. So yeah, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy it or like my deck, please leave a like. If you didn't, or you want to say something about it, just feel free to comment. If you want, you can subscribe. I upload videos usually every week. Thank you for watching, and peace out.